All right, this is Chazz Says Anything, episode 48. The 2024 Olympics, Deadpool and Wolverine and I survived playing softball at 47 years old. Okay, as you can see, soreness prevails, but I'm still kicking. If you like what you see, like what you hear, click the subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner. Okay, so if you heard that I am Iron Man, there's really big news before I start talking about any MLB trade, anything Yankees, anything about Deadpool and Wolverine that I wouldn't talk about, but it kind of relates to Deadpool and Wolverine. The biggest news of the weekend: Robert Downey Jr. is back in the MCU, or if people who don't know what MCU is, Marvel Cinematic Universe, as Doctor Doom in the Fantastic Four and Avengers Secret Wars. That came out at the San Diego Comic-Con this weekend on Saturday. And here I'm going to share. So this is the video. Let's see if we can play a little bit of it. The reveal. That was crazy. Absolutely nuts. And now, let me read from it. This year's Marvel's panel at San Diego Comic-Con may not have been overflowing with reveals and announcements. There's one huge shocker to cap off the evening. They all learned that Avengers 5 has now become Avengers Doomsday, or technically Fantastic Four. And none other than Robert Downey Jr. has been cast as the iconic Marvel villain Doctor Doom. Marvel fans are still trying to wrap their heads around this announcement. I watched the IGN video from midnight when they announced this, and all these kids were shocked. And I say kids because they're in their 20s. Like, these kids were absolutely shocked. Me personally, I kind of like it. It's not like it hasn't happened before. Think about this: Thanos became Cable in two different movies in an MCU that was going to eventually become part of the MCU. So it's not the worst thing in the world, honestly. So to see something like this is going to be very intriguing to watch. I can't wait. I know a lot of people. I know people in this house can't wait to see this movie. This is going to be epic to watch. And like I said, I'll get more into Deadpool and Wolverine later in this episode. But this was the biggest news. If you didn't hear it, now you heard. This is a big thing going to be going on over the next 2 to 3 years. I think the Fantastic Four is coming out in 26, and Secret Wars is coming out in 2027. All right, so let me get off of this IGN, and we'll talk about the big news of the day. Big news is the trade deadline that passed 2 hours ago. What has transpired? Who got better? Who whiffed? Right now, without even looking, I don't want to say the Yankees whiffed, but we missed on a couple of pitchers that we could have probably used. So let's go through some of them. Let's see, the latest of everything that was done. Looks like the last one. Red Sox, Angels. Boston acquired Luis Garcia from the Angels for Ryan Zephyrin, Matthew Lugo, Jefferson Vargas, and Nico Gavardis. That's the last one that actually happened. Perez to the Padres, not that big. Orioles, Phillies. This was an interesting one. Orioles, Phillies, first place trading with first place. Gregory Soto, left-handed pitcher, reliever, goes to the Orioles for prospect Seth Johnson. Interesting pickup there. Nationals didn't trade Kyle Finnegan. A bit of a surprise there. Completed trade by, let's see, Eric Silver headed from the Giants to the Tigers. And I'm going to screw this name up and Bet's going to tell me. Kanha was traded. Kana. Let's see. Jameis Tyone not getting moved. Former Yankee not getting moved. Showing. Okay, we got some little trades here. This is an interesting trade. Dodgers look to be the winner here. Dodgers acquired center fielder Kevin Kiermaier from the Blue Jays for like minor leaguers. So Dodgers are all in. There's no doubt with some of the guys that they got. Here's another one. Jack Flaherty, who the Yankees were trying to get, goes to the Dodgers. Jimenez to the Orioles. This is a shocker for a lot of MLB people. Baltimore Orioles were finalizing a deal to acquire outfielder Eloy Jimenez from the Chicago White Sox. Chicago White Sox pretty much unloaded except for two people, at least two starters. Oh, did not see this one as I was done with everything I was doing here. I left the ESPN page up. Jeff Passan, Pittsburgh Pirates finalizing a deal to acquire super utility man Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. IKF, former Yankee, going now from Toronto to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's looking to see if they can beat Cincinnati. That's going to be interesting. MLB T minus 1 hour. One of the big gets was Tanner Scott. Tanner Scott goes to the Padres instead of the Yankees from Florida. San Diego gets Tanner Scott and right-handed pitcher Brian Hoeing. Marlins get Robbie Snelling, Adam Mazur, that right-handed pitcher is very good. Graham Pauley and Jay Bashir. Mazur, you're going to see probably with the Marlins very soon, if not tomorrow. Like that kid's a good minor leaguer. Oh. Okay, so let's see. What else? Trevor Richards from the Blue Jays to the Twins. So the Twins look like they're trying for something. Blue Jays, obviously, they're done. Blue Jays are done. White Sox are done. Let's just put it out there. They're done. They're going for the number 1 pick for next year. Let's see. Orioles, Marlins. Chargois. Well, I think it's Chargois. Chrgois. So it sounds French. Going to the Mariners from the Marlins. Yankees are down 4-1 still. Okay. So the Mariners get another right-handed pitcher. Okay, Mets fans, good for you. You got a pitcher. New York Mets finalizing deal to acquire right-handed starter Paul Blackburn from the Oakland A's. That's a good pickup right there. Show more posts, please. That's all it gives me. So there were some pre-deadline pre-deadline day trades too. The big one for us, obviously was Jazz Chisholm, and he's provided a good spark for this team. There's no doubt. Soler to the Braves. That was interesting. He rejoins the Braves. That was an interesting trade. Ahmed Rosario, now on his 3rd team in 4 years, goes to the Dodgers. Talk about a lucky guy to get on that team. That's crazy. And the Astros. Why do we have to keep trading good players to the Astros? Astros get Kikuchi. That's a pretty damn good pitcher. Kikuchi's now a Houston Astro. Justin Turner to the Mariners. Mariners are bulking up. Like they are going to be fighting. This is going to be interesting. And this kind of ticked me off because I like this guy. 3-team trade sends Edman and Kopech to the Dodgers, Fedde and Pham to the Cardinals. So now Fetty's going to the Cardinals. I think he was on the White Sox. Yes, he was on the White Sox. So Fetty's going to Cardinals, not the Dodgers. Thank God. I mean, that would have just killed us if the Dodgers picked him up. I mean, that starting rotation would have been ridiculous. But Fetty going to the Cardinals, the Cardinals, Cincinnati Reds, and the Pirates are going to be an interesting 3 to watch in the NL now. Like that's going to be an absolute firestorm to watch going through into September. Reds get France in a deal with the Mariners. Yeah, go figure. Ty France, one-time big name. Now not so much, but Reds picked them up. They could now with France. They could have traded India to the Yankees, but whatever. That didn't happen. Paredes goes to the Cubs. That's right, from Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay seems like they're done too, which is very interesting. I wouldn't have suspected Tampa Bay to be a seller, but they were. Um, Mets also make another deal. There's a lot of Mets here, not as much Yankees. Yankees didn't do too many. I'll get to the last. The last thing will be my Yankee one. Mets make a deal for Winker, Jesse Winker. He's a outfielder, so that should solidify whatever outfield issues they have in City Field. Okay, see, the Yankees, and they get Chisholm. So the last one I'll talk about, which the Yankees do need, and I'm glad that they got it. They picked up Mark Leiter Jr. Okay, the fact that he's a Leiter is great. Like, he's legit, you know, gonna be. He's probably gonna solidify that Yankee relieving core that we needed, and maybe with another one from, let's say, AAA. AAA, probably we could get that as well. So, like I said, I think the Dodgers won. I think the Yankees could have done better. Mets did better than I thought they would do. And the White Sox and Blue Jays, and it seems as um, even the Marlins. Those are three teams that seem to be this big sellers. And hopefully in a year for those three teams, whatever they picked up will be something for them. We'll see. I don't know. It's a lot of pieces too, so it's a lot to go over. All right, Yankees. I want to talk about this real quick before I move on. Garrett Cole under the weather tonight. Jazz Chisholm hitting the ground running, as I said before. Yankees looking to win 3 games in a row for the first time in I don't know how long. Like I said, they're down 4-1 right now, but that could absolutely change. Aaron Judge is up right now, so I mean that could absolutely change. I have faith in this team now with Jazz Chisholm on this team. We could have used another bat. We're getting bats back. Stanton's back. That's a big plus if he stays healthy. Like, I haven't I've not felt good in a while. And obviously, I haven't talked too much about Yankees. It's been a hard sell to root and keep watching the Yankees. It's been very hard. So, I'm crossing my fingers. Yankees do well, in the short term, so we can do something. Just catch fire by September. That's what we got to do. All right. Let me go to my email. Get a little my normal reports from Yankees MLB Brian Hawk and Mets Anthony DeComo. Let's go to DeComo first. He always does it on Tuesdays. Let's go to my star. There we go. So what does DeComo say? Don't like what you read on today's newsletter? Wait an hour and it's likely to change. Okay, so Major League Baseball's trade deadline's at 6 p.m. I didn't state this. The Mets, let's see. The Mets have already been among the league's most active teams in the weeks leading up to it, acquiring. Okay, so these two guys I didn't talk about: Phil Maton from the Rays and Ryan Stanek from the Mariners. So you got those two guys. Plus you got Winker from the Nationals, and they were done because I don't think there was anybody else. Like I said, I got a comment I just didn't even say. I think the Mets bowled a turkey. It's good like a field goal. Okay, start today. Where's my banner? There we go. So the Mets appear to be prioritizing starting pitching, which is the right move, and I kind of agree with that. As the team already has shown with Jose Butto, Dedinel Nuez, Alex Young, and Danny Young in the bullpen, relief pitching notoriously is fickles. Just as pitchers say, such as Jake Diekman and Adam Ottavino, can suddenly struggle, which they have. I mean, they especially Ottavino. I've never liked Ottavino since he left the Yankees, and he's shown he's worse than he is better. Guys coming out of nowhere to help in the bullpen effectively. Yeah, that's very true. So, what else does he say? Starting pitching is difficult to navigate. Yeah, he talks about Mets were in on Fetty, but that didn't happen. This year's market is richer with pitchers. This is the one pitcher I wanted on the Yankees that we didn't figure out. Garrett Crochet. For some reason, the White Sox wanted too much. We couldn't give enough. We didn't want to give enough. I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll hear at some point. The Tarek Skubal from the Tigers. No, they already let go of their one. They weren't getting rid of both. Tyler Anderson, Cal Quantrill, Zach Littell. The one we're not talking about, at least here, was Blake Snell. Snell would have been great for the Yankees. And the Como states it would have been good for the Mets too, which is true. The one problem with Snell, and they said it today, multiple places said it today, is that he's got a $30 million hit next year on his contract. I can't imagine. I know the Yankees could probably do it, but you got $30 million with him. You're gonna have to. You want to sign Soto. You got Judge. You got Garrett. That's a lot of money. They've said that they want to try to get under a certain number, and they're not going to do that with a guy like that with that number. Just not going to happen. And nobody eats contracts anymore like Texas did with A-Rod. When Texas ate a lot of that contract, and we got Alex Rodriguez for that, nobody's doing that nowadays. Let's see. The Mets, with their rotation needs and owner Steve Cohen's deep pockets, are uniquely positioned to absorb that risk. Let's see. That he thought that they could take Blake Snell. I wouldn't have, as if I were Steve Cohen. Would that, like, I know my baseball guys would have told me not to do it. Like, you got to have the guys to tell you not to do it. While the Mets would eventually love to get under the and remember this is when we talk business about baseball. This is a big thing. MLB competitive balance tax threshold. That is something that is an absolute thing that the business people in the higher offices think about. This is if they don't do that, they don't get draft picks. They don't get international money. This is a thing. So this is why I've actually kind of started understanding more what what these guys think when they're in the business set of mind. They're not particularly close to doing so, he says. In that sense, Snell would add to an existing problem, not create a new one. Yeah, so he realizes in his little paragraph there that they really couldn't go and get him. See, the problem is for the Mets is that their two top pitchers, Senga and now Scott, who's not a top pitcher, but Scott was an up-and-comer for the Mets. They're not coming back anytime soon. Another comment. What kind of chair do you use? You look comfortable. I can picture you sitting in a throne like a king, King Chazz. Yeah, okay. Start today. Start today. You get me that throne, I'll sit in it.
No.
Yeah, she says no. She'll sit in it. She wants the throne. Queen Beth's back there behind me. Let's see. Important to note, Buto could help this situation. Yeah, Buto could, but he didn't. Okay. Oh, and was it Jeff McNeil you said, honey?
Who?
Baby.
No, Nimmo.
The other one. Got it. And congratulations to Brandon Nimmo and his wife. They're expecting their first, correct, honey?
Yes.
Yes. My source is my wife. She gave me that. So, congratulations to Brandon Nimmo on his first child coming. What they announced? December. Thank you. See, I didn't even know that. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Oh, here's a Mets thing. Mets question trivia. The Mets scored 15 runs on Monday's win over the Twins. Their record run total for a season is 16. Wait, let me read this again. The Mets scored 15 runs on Monday's win over the Twins. Their record run total for the season is 16. So for this season, 15 was good. 16 is their high this year. What's their all-time record? Beth, you wanted to try to guess? Oh, I'll give you 4 guesses. 17, 20, 24, or 27?
27.
Let's see. The answer is nope, 24. C. Got another comment. Baby Nemo. Yes, correct. Baby Nemo. All right. So that's it for Mr. DeComo. Let's see if I can find Mr. Hawk. He would be yesterday's emails. There he is. And of course, he talks about Chisholm. No surprise there. Like how I started, kind of. Chisholm will never forget his first day as a Yankee. And that game was pretty good. He went 1 for 5, and he got his first base hit on the last at bat. The outfielder describes. It says infielder, outfielder. They want him at their base. He's going to stay at their base. If he has to play outfield, he's like a 5th or 6th. Hey, look at that. 4-2 Yankees. Chazz Chisholm. Perfect timing. Chazz Chisholm hits a home run in the 6th inning. We're talking about him. He hits a home run. Okay. So this infielder, we're not going to say outfielder because he's not playing outfield yet, described it as a really, really hectic experience. One of that included delayed flights, vehicular gridlock, and happy handshakes on the diamond in Fenway Park. Welcome to the Northeast, Chazz Chisholm. Acquired from the Marlins on Saturday in exchange for 3 minor leaguers. Chazz and Biddeford and two of those, if I'm correct, were from Somerset Patriots. And Beth and I just saw them a couple of weeks ago. Acquired from the Marlins. Okay, Chisholm Biddeford was with former teammates in the visitors' clubhouse in Milwaukee. Then packed his belongings and hustled to meet his new club in Boston. Quote, my reaction when I found out I was being traded here, it was great, Chisholm said. I mean, I found that out. I was going to a contending team, a team that was in first place or was fighting for first place in a playoff spot. I'm excited to play in October for the Yankees. And he said that again also on when he first got interviewed at the end of the Boston game on Sunday night. Indeed, the 26-year-old Chisholm is already fantasizing about those autumnal Bronx lights. He noted that, quote, every kid dreams of being a Yankee, Hunter. And in his case, his favorite player growing up was Derek Jeter. That's not an uncommon choice, though a few youngsters later enjoy the opportunity to play for a Jeter-led team, as Chisholm did in Miami. Yeah, remember, Chisholm was playing under Jeter when Jeter was owner. Is an infielder or outfielder by heart. He's an actual outfielder by heart, but the Yankees are going to make him an infielder. I guarantee it. And he looked good yesterday when he played third base. Got a couple double plays. He's right up there. He's quick. I have faith that he'll be fine. And obviously today he now has his 3rd home run in 2 days. So honestly, he'll be fine, man. I'm talking 23 minutes and I haven't had a drink yet. Excuse me. Anyway. All right. So what else does he say? Anything? Let's see. Nope. Jazz in his new threads. Interestingly enough, Jazz is playing with the number 13. And if I don't start today, I know you're not a Yankee fan, and I'm assuming Aiden is watching. Or somebody. I don't even know who else is watching. So, that he's wearing the number 13. Okay. Now, who's number 13, guys? Let's see. 2 comments. Ever see the boulders? No. Boulders at what? Colorado? No, I have not. Don't drink too much. It may get you silly. Not iced tea won't. Not iced tea. So like he's number 13 now. Number 13 back in the day, and he was between good and great. Alex Rodriguez. I would think at some point they're going to, give his that number, put it into the Monument Park. Maybe it's not now, but it's gonna be soon, I assume. So we'll see. And I would have thought that they would have been okay with, okay, well, let's ask Alex first if it's okay. I mean, because they're in good, talks with Alex. It's not like he's a bad guy. He did his past is his past, and that's that. He said he grew up watching A-Rod, Robinson Cano, Mark Teixeira, Nick Swisher, all those guys, which made, and he's a Bahamas kid. He's a Bahamian, I think they called it, something like that. If it seemed like fans in New York were, pardon the pun, jazzed by his trade, and last week, a lot of people weren't, because A, he didn't play third, B, he wasn't that great of an outfielder. He wasn't rated high. That was a thing last week. People forget that. I was on the fence. I would take him for the right price, and it seems like the right price is that those 3 minor leaguers. I'm okay, and he's proven he wants to be here. He's not Randy Johnson. He's I'm trying to think of the last trade that we had that, like that. It clicked. He says, I think everybody in the Bahamas is a Yankee fan, no matter what, just by default. Because, and I saw this interview. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, that they were fans of the Lakers, they were fans of the Yankees, they were fans of the Cowboys, and they were fans of somebody else, because that's what they got. They got the top teams in each league to watch on their TV in the Bahamas. Very interesting stuff, which brings me back to when the 1970s, how Cowboy fans and Steeler fans somehow ended up in New Jersey. And the reason for that, long story short, is TV stations were playing the good teams on TV. Remember, the Giants and Jets weren't good in New Jersey at the time. So on New Jersey stations, on New York stations, they were playing the Cowboys, they were playing the Steelers. This is how those fans came about in that era. Another comment, let's say. I have inside knowledge that you were spotted playing ball again. Yeah. Yeah, I did play ball, but I'll talk about that later. I played third base, and if you saw some video, which I don't see how you'd see it unless you work at Kerry, yeah, it wasn't pretty. But I'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's see, Yankees stuff. Though most of Chisholm's career experience has been hitting leadoff spot, 192 starts in 403 games with Miami, Yankees manager did put him in the 5th spot, and made sense. Made sense to do that because let's just get him, accustomed to everything. And we had day 2 in. Okay, so yeah, everybody knows about Sunday, honestly. Trivia. Who was the first Yankee to win consecutive American League MVP awards? Yogi Berra, Joe DiMaggio, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth. Consecutive? I'm going to have to say Babe Ruth. Let's see. Oh, I'm wrong. Anybody want to take a guess? With me, you play softball? That's right, Hunter. That's right. But again, Aiden. Sorry, Aiden. Although, it could be Hunter, could be both. I'll talk about that in a little bit. I have that slated for a little bit later. Okay. Like I said, I don't know if Hunter's watching. It just says Charger NJ. So, just say, this is Aiden Daddy, or something like that. That's all you had to say. Anyway. Where am I at? I'm still with Tacoma. Yeah. And Hawk. So the answer, actually, is Yogi Berra. Yogi Berra brought home the AL MVP in 1954 and 1955, becoming the first Yankee to win consecutive years. Numerous previous winners were hurt by the 1920s era rule that it deemed players could not win the MVP more than once, which famously meant Ruth was limited to a single MVP in 23, but the rule was dropped in 28. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so done with that. Don't have too much more baseball to talk about. 3 games in, there's really not too much. So let me get out of ESPN. And I want to go to this. Because this is the thing that's going on right now. The 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris have begun. A lot of things going on since last Friday. I won't talk about the political stuff. That's not for this type of show. But I will talk about the sports. Okay, what's been going on? Now I haven't watched too much, honestly. I watched a little bit Saturday when I was recouping from my softball. Sunday was a busy day. And then, yes, Sunday was very busy because I was prepping for this because Monday night after work, I took Nate to see Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'll talk about that later. But I haven't watched too much of the Olympics, but I can go over because I can read some of the things. I did hear something that happened today. I'm Start. Yeah, here's Start. That's not your real name, Start. I know that. Anyway, um, okay, so I'll show a little bit of this. Here's the medal count. So as of right now, United States is 26 total. As usual, we're winning. You know, it's good to win as a country, but we have 4 golds, 11 silvers, 11 bronze, and the most popular bronze would happen yesterday with the men's gymnastics. We'll talk about that in a minute. France has 5 golds, 9 silvers, and 4 bronze with 18. China's up there, 6, 6, and 2, 14 total. Now Japan's got the most golds. I'm curious what their golds were. 7, 2, and 4, and they got 13. Let's see if there's any more that's anything bigger. No. So it looks like America has the most silver and bronze, and Japan at the moment with 7 is the most golds. Although China and Australia both have 6 golds to start. So and Republic of Korea, which is South Korea, I believe, has 5 golds. Same with France. Now, let's go back. Okay. So, U.S. women got gold today for Team USA. That's an absolute amazing accomplishment. And then Simone Biles now has the most gold medals. Actually, medals, period. Gold, silver, whatever. She's got the most medals for any American gymnast. Like, that's iconic. She's probably going to get a statue somewhere. Good for her. 2 comments. What we got? Wow. AKA today. Yeah, I know. I got you. What's your favorite competition? In the summer? See, I want to say basketball, but the problem with basketball is it's a little diluted right now. Like, U.S. isn't even. This team is not the U.S. team, the 92 U.S. team. That's the team I love. That's the team I grew up with. Let me take this off so I can talk. Like, the 92 basketball team of Bird, Magic, Ewing, Barkley, and a host of others, including Christian Laettner. Okay, that's the team I love. Growing up, 92. I was 16 in CBA, loving basketball, and that was everything. Now, the NBA team and the U.S. team that they've encompassed should be better. We should be better. Yes, Patrick Ewing. Of course, Patrick Ewing. I love Patrick Ewing. I'm a Knicks fan. I grew up a Knicks fan. Like 1985. Like and to be honest, I was a Georgetown fan before that. My uncle went to Georgetown. I followed Georgetown. They had Patrick Ewing. It was just a progression, and then he got picked by the Knicks, thankfully. And then looking back, it could have been fixed. Who knows? Nevertheless, Patrick Ewing was my guy. Who's your favorite player on the team? On which team? This year's or 92? Because if you say 92, it's Ewing. If you talk about this year, I'd have to say Steph Curry. Because, I do prefer Steph Curry over everybody else. I'm not a LeBron hater, I'm just not a LeBron fan. But getting back to the basketball, like the basketball now, and the word I use is diluted, and I think that's a good word for the simple fact that there's so many NBA players playing for so many countries besides the U.S. And those players make the other players better. It's just a fact. Hell, look at, and I'm just going by I didn't watch the game, so this opinion might be a little varied or a little too much. But when we barely beat South Sudan, 101 to 100, South Sudan, who just became a country like 6 years ago, if I know my history right, like they almost lost to South Sudan. So like my favorite sport, I would say rugby sevens, but that's over. That was like that happened one day. Like the first day it was done. Like that was weird. I guess I'm more of a track and field guy. Like I enjoy that. I do enjoy beach volleyball too, but that's usually watching the women. You know, not going to go any farther than that. Another comment. Is the ball different in the Olympics? It might be. Um, it might be more of a European ball. I wouldn't be shocked. Anyway, so that yeah, I'd say basketball is probably my favorite. But I mean track and field, not basketball. Track and field. I do like the running. I do like all the different field events, the discus, the javelin. Those are things I could never do that I just love to watch. And the running, like I could never do and love to watch. Like my cousin Matt was the runner. My cousin Mike was the field guy. I think he threw discus, or the hammer throw, one or the other. Um, let's see. U.S. women's rugby got a bronze. Good for them. Double Olympic medal win for India. Good. Mahu Bakr for something she did. Viral moment, Brazilian surfer. Oh yeah, I saw this on where? ABC News. Gabriel Medina, if you haven't seen this, is a Brazilian surfer who appears to defy gravity. Let's see if I can pull it up. If I can, I'll show you. There we go. I will show you. That's the picture where it looks like he's defying gravity. In essence, he was just jumping off the board, but the camera just got it just perfect. So, like I said, we're doing good. And I'm sure when I talk to you next week when it's over, we'll do a final wrap up of everything. Maybe I'll spend an hour on every Olympic thing that we could talk about. All right. Yeah, Coco Gauff, she's doing well. I definitely want Coco Gauff to do well. What's going on today? So this is okay. So today at 10:35 we have water polo, three on three basketball. 3-on-3 basketball could be interesting depending on how these teams are comprised, and then artistic gymnastics. Obviously, that's the frilly things that fly around. I got 2 comments. Let me get out of this. Where is my? There we are. Remove. All right, we got 2 comments. Let's see. I think you like the rampy, the trampoline. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna have to Google it or check it out on Peacocks. I want to see, and I think I said this last episode. I want to see what this is about. Trampoline seems like something that most Americans like. Why am I forgetting the winter one? Anyway, it's got the little thing you push and then you shuffle it. Someone will say it. That's the one I feel that everybody can do too, as long as you can skate. It just seems like an easy sport. Like I don't think ping pong or table tennis is. Oh, we love the bounce. Yeah, I get that, bro. I used to love the bounce, not anymore. Um, but like ping pong and volleyball, we grew up playing that. But if you look now, there are competitive people playing these to the point where it just takes out every the 95 to 98% of the people actually playing. So yeah, by this time next week, everything will be over. I think Friday is the. Oh no, wait, I'm wrong. The 11th is the last day. Excuse me on that. That's my apologies. The 11th is the last day. So I'll have a little more to talk about next week with this. What's going on tomorrow? Let's see. What's trending tomorrow? Diving at 5 a.m. So on the East Coast, if you're waking up at 5 a.m., diving will be on. Tennis at 6 a.m. And at 11 a.m., volleyball. U.S. versus Serbia. That ought to be interesting. U.S. versus Serbia has a volleyball team. That's interesting. So, okay, I think I talked enough about this. At 41 minutes already. New York Giants Hard Knocks episode 4 last week. Episode 5 tonight at 9 in 20 minutes. Let's put it this way. If you're watching it, my opinion on this is that the Giants are doing the right thing. The Giants brass, Joe Shane and the coach who look at Coach Dable right now. I wish I had a picture. Coach Dable's lost a lot of weight. He and not that means anything other than superficially, but they're a team. They know what they're looking for. They know what they have. They know what they're piecing things together, and they're doing it within the constraints of what they have. Let's be real. This thing that, and I haven't heard it as much. But the Barkley thing is still out there. Like, let's get over it. Let's be done with it. It's kind of they show this in episode 4, where they go to Penn State and they're looking at Theo Johnson, who they did draft in the 4th round. But they're looking at him, and guess who's at Penn State? The one that they let go. And they're talking about how, I wish we could have had him. I still love him, blah, blah, blah. That's all well and good. But it's a business. You got to think like a business. And then I know you can't think like a fan when you're in the business. And I said this last week, and I'll say it again. Don't be shocked if at 32, 33 years old, he comes back to the Giants. I'm just saying, he'll come back. He wants that Ring of Honor. He'll come back. Man, oh man, you absolutely look like you should be a Giants coach. Everything of being a football coach. In my dreams, bro. In my dreams. Yeah. At my size, I could be. I could absolutely be a tight ends coach. I could probably be an offensive or defensive line coach. Anything else, I probably could be a defensive coordinator. I can learn what needs to be learned to, to what I want my defense to do. I could probably do that. Give me the time to do it. I could do it, but it's not something that's real, not in this lifetime anyway. But like I said, episode 4, it was an interesting lead up to the draft. Who they were going to pick. It really did look like at the end of that New England, and they called New England. New England said, we're not ready to give it up. We want the quarterback. We're taking the quarterback. So they were apoplectic to say we're done. So the Giants were just waiting to make sure that their pick, Neighbors, and or Harrison, because I think they would have picked Harrison. Harrison fell to 6. They would have picked Harrison. I have no doubt about that. But Harrison was picked 4th, and that's fine. Arizona wanted that. They got it. And then Los Angeles Chargers, it was a no-brainer they weren't picking a wide receiver. But there was that like 1% sliver chance that they might. Or they trade down. And that's what was on Joe Shane's mind. I have no doubt. He never said it. He never said it. But it was on his mind that that's what he was looking, possibly looking to happen. Here's the thing: when you're a general manager, and I probably could be because I think the same. I feel I think the same way. You have to think worst case scenario when it comes to that respect. If you don't, you're not playing the game right. You do all the homework, you have all the scenarios, but you don't think that. I don't buy that Joe Shane didn't think that. He had to think that there was somebody going to jump up on him and they weren't going to just jump up one spot. That made no sense. I agree with you. It was on his mind. Yeah, it had to be. You're that if you're the man to make these decisions, he had to think that. So, okay. Oh, hold on. I didn't talk about tonight. So, what's supposed to happen tonight is drafting neighbors. Drafting our second rounder, drafting our third rounder. Off the top of my head, I forget. I have a picture. Hold on, let me go to my pictures. Did I just see that right? 7-2. I'm not happy right now. I'm not happy right now. Yankees are losing 7-2. Not good. All right, it's got to be here somewhere. Oh, I got to go back to the draft. Okay, hold on. I got to go back to the draft. That was April. Hold on. Almost there. Oh, I got Hunter's video of baseball. Okay, he retired. There we go. Okay. Neighbors was first. Of course, there's no name there. Okay, that's who we got second. Oh wait, Blake Corum from Michigan. That's who. Senior out of Michigan. What does he play? It doesn't say. Why does this not tell me what he plays? Of course, I took the picture. Here we go. Oh, no, we didn't pick him. I apologize. So our first pick was Malik Neighbors, wide receiver from LSU. Second pick was Tyler Nubin, safety from Minnesota at 47. Third pick was Andrew Phillips, cornerback from Kentucky. And then the fourth pick was Theo from Penn State at the tight end. So we're good there. Another comment. Who retired? I don't know. What do you mean, who retired? On the Giants? I don't know who retired. It wasn't big guys that retired, big name guys. All right. So that's what's happening tonight, and that's going to be interesting. Now, they talked about the Giants' offensive line today. And what's intriguing is two of the guys we picked up, free agents, are going to play right tackle and left guard. We have Andrew Thomas at left tackle. We have the center, and we have another right guard. Who am I forgetting? Evan Neal. Who is Evan Neal? A first round bust, possibly? He was drafted under a different the general manager before Joe Shane. Evan Neal hasn't produced. He hasn't shown he's the guy at right tackle. And right tackle is supposed to be the easier of the two because it's a right-handed quarterback. And the right-handed quarterback goes like this. He's looking this way. So he can see what that right tackle's doing. It's the left tackle that's got to block and make sure he's not getting hit from the backside. Evan Neal, for whatever reason, has not played to his ability. That's a problem. But he's a first-round pick. You just can't get rid of a first-round pick. Okay, so I I'm curious where this goes. I really am. Like, what does Evan Neal do? Does he do what he should do and step up and say I belong in this? I'll be the sixth guy. I'll rotate with Thomas. I'll rotate with no, don't make me say this guy's name, Umanura, but that's not his name. Uh, you know, if he rotates like he probably will and rotates well, then he'll be a solid piece on that team, which should make them go farther. Which if I pick the Giants to go 14-3 again this year, like I did last year, maybe there'll be some legitimacy behind it. Don't I'm not going there yet, guys. Just 14-3. I did it once. I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. I don't want to give James LeBruno, my buddy down in Florida, palpitations that I'm doing that again. So, another comment. What's Giants field build at defensive? 3-4 or 4-3? I believe, and do not quote me, I believe that they're 4-3. So we'll see. Like, they got the 4 linemen and the 3 backs. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. I don't think it's 3 linemen and 4 backs, like the old days, like the days of LT, when I think he was part of that, where he was the part of that realm of three fours. All right, news and notes from the NFL. I'm not going to put it up on the screen. Kevin O'Connell, Vikings head coach, says first-round quarterback J.J. McCarthy will get first-team reps as well. We'll see how long that lasts. Russell Wilson returns to Steelers practice with limited participation. If Russell Wilson doesn't win that, that's going to be very interesting going forward. Cowboys cornerback Trayvon Diggs removed from the PUP list with his knee injury. Well, they need the Cowboys need positivity. They really do. Not that I want to give anything to them positively, other than their cheerleaders. Caleb Williams, Bears starters won't play in Hall of Fame game. Tyson Badgett to start at quarterback. Oh, that's a story. If you're a good enough team, your starting quarterback's not playing. I'll segue, because this is a little bit of a story and news and notes. I heard this on the Michael K. Show, that the Jets are thinking about actually playing Aaron Rodgers in a preseason game. Now, I get generally you would see them in the third game or whatever. Do you really want to do that with Aaron Rodgers? I dare to think that they would, but we'll see. Another one. Hard Knocks Giants had a lot of conviction when it came to drafting Theo Johnson. Like I said before, when they went to Penn State, that they were looking at him more than anybody else, and the fact that he fell in their lap in the 4th round is amazing. Like, they probably should have drafted him 3rd round, but they waited to the 4th and they got him at that price point. Let's see, NFL news and notes. I don't need a popular series. What else came out today? Sorry, something in my eye. Yeah, I'm not doing the top 100. I won't talk about it because it's going to tick me off. The Giant one already ticked me off. The top 100. Oh, here we go. Contracts. Matthew Stafford's adjusted contract with the Rams includes $23.5 million guaranteed salary in 2024. Aiden, I'd get Hunter for this one. At some point, you're going to have to learn how to play quarterback. That's a lot of money to be a mid-level quarterback. I don't have the structure of it, but I know a couple other quarterbacks just got paid. Tua Tagovailoa. I screwed that up. Tua got paid. Jordan Love got paid. They're making per year $5 million more than Patrick Mahomes, who has won 3 Super Bowls. To be a mediocre quarterback in this day and age is a godsend. To be one of those 32 football players in the NFL is the best thing in the world. It's the best job in the world. I don't care about the injury possibility. You're guaranteed all this money, which is more than a lot of the other guys in baseball. The Stantons, the Coles, the okay, maybe not Suzuki, not Suzuki. Otani, maybe not Otani. Otani's that's serious money. But these quarterbacks are making a lot of money. Archie Manning, the kid's not even in college. He's his first or second year in college. He's good. I'm telling you right now, we're in 2024. He's coming out, and his first contract after his rookie contract, he's going to be making 80 or 90 million a year. Like wrap that around your brain. Arch Manning will probably make about 80 to 90 million a year because he's got that arm now. Did I just blow your mind, Start today? That's because I have a cable now. Yeah, my I love the upgrade moving up on Up Chazz to the east side. Dude, I wish I had that apartment. It'd be bigger probably than what I got now. Beth will even tell you that. Okay, news and notes. One other looks like extension. The Bears extended DJ Moore, wide receiver, 4-year, $110 million extension. Wow. I just want 50. That will do me. I think that would pay for Aiden and Hunter to go to wherever they want to extend their schooling, acting, playing baseball, whatever. That would help. That would absolutely help. Okay. Let's move on. WWE SummerSlam on August 3rd in Cleveland, Ohio. Set matches on the night. So August 3rd is next Saturday. Sorry, Aiden, you won't be here to see it. Apologize. We'll have it on Peacock, but who knows what you're gonna want to watch and what you're not gonna want to watch. So, again, I said this last week. I'll say it again. Damian Priest versus Gunther, World Heavyweight Championship. WWE Women's Champion Bayley versus Nia Jax, who's Queen Nia Jax, and WWE Champion Women's World Champion, I should say. Liv Morgan is facing Rhea Ripley. I'm going to say Priest wins, I'm going to say Jax wins, and I'm going to say Ripley wins. That's what I'm saying for that. Comment. I'm with you. I take 50. Yeah, well, dinner wouldn't cost more, 50 million, I'll tell you right now. There we go. So, that's that. Okay. Oh, okay. Update on the Yankee game. Yankees are now winning in top of the 7th, 5-4. Something happened. Their starters out. Gleyber Torres is up, but that can go either way. Okay. The next matches: undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa, and United States champion Logan Paul versus LA Knight. Now, with this undisputed WWE championship match, does Solo do this alone? That's the big question. Because if he doesn't, it just turns into the same old BS that Roman did, and where Solo was involved, and the Usos were involved. This new bloodline is kind of like, I didn't like the old bloodline, but the new one's revolting to me. You've taken out every piece of old bloodline just because you think that they corroded your what you're supposed to do. I don't get that, but that is what it is. So I'm hoping and I'm praying that they give it to Cody, that they go the Cody way. Extend extend this to Survivor Series, like is being predicted. Okay, let this go to Survivor Series and let Roman come back. Let the Usos wrestle with Roman. Do a Survivor Series 5-on-5 like that. That would be fun to watch. And I'll even say if Solo wins, that would I'd almost be okay with that because it creates a storyline. Either way, it creates a storyline. Now the Logan Paul and LA Knight, I fear that they love Logan Paul, but the fans don't. Like I can't even watch his podcast. It's tough to watch. Like he's it seems like he's a total jackass. I and his brother is not much better. Jake Paul, he's almost taking Logan's style and bringing it into boxing. Like, oh, I got to fight at my weigh-in. Like that, and I know weigh-in fights are normal, but he pushed his head. Sorry, I'm going back. I saw something with Logan Paul, not Logan, no, Jake Paul, and I saw him pushing his head against the other guy. I'm like, you just wanted to fight. You wanted that, so you started it. Like Logan Paul, like he just he irks me. The only thing, if he starts doing jumping over things and doing this acrobatic stuff that he's learned to do, I'm okay with that, and I'll be okay with that. Another comment. Go-to food at a baseball game. Um, Honestly, a burger. I'm not really. I'm not a. What's the word I'm looking for? A connoisseur at a baseball game. I don't need the fancy foods. I'd love to go to Yankee Stadium one day and go to that restaurant and eat a steak there. Like that would then up the ante on that on the food. But I think it's NYC or something that it's called. Like I'd love to go there. That would be a place to go. You know, I'd say on my birthday, but the problem with my birthday is they'd be in the playoffs around that time, and that would be expensive. It's not like it's November or December. It's October, so that's right around that time. Let's see. Yours is wieners with sausage and peppers. There, okay. Everybody has something different. So I'm hoping it's LA Knight and Cody Rhodes. We'll see. I fear it's going to go the other way on both. So we will see. Now this, I was. Could I talk about that? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Seth Rollins rules for CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre match. So this is a new match. Okay, new match. And because both of them are like McIntyre is not suspended anymore, CM Punk is 100% healthy, and Rollins was screwed by both. So Rollins now gets to do the match. Special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins laid down the law with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre prior to SummerSlam Showdown. He basically said, it said it somewhere else. From what I saw, okay, maybe I could play it. Let's see. Let's see as we go through.
Seeing the kids here, poisoning their mind after all of our hard work, the true workhorses. He's going to screw it all up. Remember that on Saturday. That I count to three when I want to count to three. You tap out when I say you tap out. If there's a count out to be had, maybe there won't be any count outs. I don't know. I might count to 10. I might count to 20. I might count to 1,000,000.
I might count to 1,000,000.
Disqualifications. Referee's discretion.
Ah, referee discretion.
The bottom line is,
Okay, referee discretion.
either of you two get out of line. You got a problem with what I say or my rules or the way they call my match in my ring. I'm not some little referee that you can just push around. No, I'm a spiteful little bastard. And I
He's a
put
spiteful
your head in
bastard.
the dirt.
I hope you're hearing that. I really do.
I think you being a referee is a hat on a hat. Based on the way you dress, I'm sure you probably like something like that. I hope you referee way better than you dress. I don't believe you.
I hope you
You're a
referee
lawyer.
better
You're
than you
gonna be
dress.
non-biased.
That's
You're gonna
funny.
Call it down the middle. That's fine. If you plan on screwing me on Saturday, there's nothing I can do about that. I'll deal with you Saturday. One thing I don't want you to do. You hate him, you hate me. I don't want your help at all. I've never needed it.
I don't want your help.
I never want to listen. Punk, I think you're worried about the wrong person right here. You should be worried about the 6'5", 280-pound man you've screwed over.
Yeah, I get you, Miss Macho Man, but this Celtic Warrior is pretty good. He's pretty badass.
I hate you.
Oh, they hate each other. Oh, they hate each other.
Charles Manson that's poisoned everyone's mind.
Charles Manson. Wow.
Chant your name at me everywhere I go. I can't go to the supermarket without hearing your stupid name shouted at me.
Well, whose fault is that? That seriously. They're gonna say CM Punk wherever this guy goes. I think I hear CM Punk outside my door.
7 months saying everything I basically had
So
to
it
say.
seems like,
The
let me
Royal
pause this.
Rumble,
It seems like that Seth Rollins' rules are basically, don't screw with me. I will do a normal count out. I'll do a count out outside, and if you tap, I'll count you out. So it sounds like he's gonna play somewhat down the middle, which is good. So what else happened on Raw last night, which I did not watch? I was watching. I was like I said, I was out until about 9:30. By the time I got to the TV, it wasn't worth watching. But Chad Gable and the Creed brothers wrestled. Otis and I'm sorry, it was just the Creed brothers wrestling Otis and Tozawa. Well, the Creed brothers won, no doubt. It probably just destroyed Tozawa, and they double teamed on Otis. Chad Gable comes in and puts Otis into an ankle lock, and it looks like Maxine slaps him. And I really wish I saw that live. Like, that would have been lovely to watch. But once that happens, apparently the Wyatt Six come out. Okay, 2 of them, and they're actually outside they're not the scary face people that they have been. It's Eric Rowan and somebody else. I wish this is where I wish I had wrestling guys to tell me who the other wrestler was. It's I don't think this even says who it is. Nope, this does not. Anyway, okay, so next match, Big Bronson Reed defeats Sheamus. Bronson's just tough. Bronson Reed, that's a tough dude. And it looks like Pete Dunne emerged to hit. Oh, he hit Sheamus with a shillelagh. Gee, this is 1990s all over again. Hitting people with shillelaghs. Let's see what else. Jey Uso beats Carlito. No surprise there. Karrion Kross defeats Xavier Woods. Let's see what happens. In final moments of subsequent bout, AOP caused Woods to divide his attention at the critical moment and opened the door for Kross to beat him. Okay, there's a surprise. Sami Zayn defeats Dirty Dominic by disqualification. Oh yeah, he won because everybody else came and beat the crap out of him because Dirty Dom can't do anything himself. Sonya Deville, Baszler, and Zoe Stark defeat Valkyria, Carter, and Chance in a 6-woman tag match. This is what I actually saw in the beginning when I came home, and I knew it was just going to be a same old, and then Gunther defeats Finn Balor, which was kind of expected. Like, Finn Balor versus Gunther is like no match. The fact that they were building him up, saying, "Oh yeah, we believe in you, we back you up." No, if they truly couldn't have believed that, honestly. But it looks like Damian Priest saved the day and started beating the crap out of Gunther. So now it seemed like to be the end. And he was beating him up on the table, on the announce table, which moved Pat McAfee off the table. SmackDown, who knows? I didn't watch. I think it's more of the new bloodline being stupid and taking over and not talking and just running ramshot through everybody. That's what SmackDown has become over the last 2 weeks. Cody hasn't done anything, which leads me to believe Cody's going to win. If usually what happens if the villain is doing this, that, and everything else, Cody, but the babyface will tend to win. I believe that. So, okay. I get off of that, and here's my commentary on Deadpool and Wolverine, and I will try not to give away spoilers. So, went to watch the movie last night, and there's a bunch of trailers. The one trailer, there's technically two, and I've talked about the one already. This is a new one for me. It's a Lego movie, and not just any Lego movie. It's a movie about Pharrell, the R&B singer, and it looks very interesting. Aiden and Hunter, I think you're gonna like this. You may not know the Pharrell story, but I think you'll appreciate the I guess this type of movie, for even though it's adults, but it's done in a kid form. What I find hysterical, at least with part of this trailer, is who's in it, and the one person who's a Lego, which this is just another thing now he's done. Snoop Dogg is in this Lego movie. So to see him talk as a Lego is hysterical. If the trailer's on YouTube, I recommend watching it. Like it's funny. It really is. And then of course Red One was part of this too. They also showed, which I am very stoked for, which is the next one, I think in February. And I'm talking, when I say next one, I mean Marvel. It's Captain America: Brave New World. Harrison Ford is in this movie. If you didn't know now you do. Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, Han Solo, and everything else he's done is in this. He was you know what? I forgot. He was the president in Air Force One. He's down the president again in this movie. Another comment. I love the Lego movie, and so yeah. My favorite, I think, if I am remembering correctly, Lego movie. It was probably the first one. No, wait. What's the one? Yeah, the first one is the one with Will Ferrell and the Crackle. That I think that's the one but what's the one with Batman? Maybe it's Batman and Lego. I think they're both equally pretty good. There's more characters in the Batman one, and I did like that, like the Joker and Batman, and I loved everything about that. I did. So I'd say it's both of them, really. It's both. Now getting to Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm gonna try not to give that much away, but I will say this: I recommend getting the soundtrack. The music in this movie, as it pertains to where it is in the movie, is hysterical. Like the Madonna, Like a Prayer, couldn't have put it in a better spot. There's okay, another comment before I get to what I was about to say. Did you ever build any? Nah, I wasn't that big into it. I was big into sports cars and stuff like that. Like that, Legos, maybe at a little bit younger age. I did kind of push that on the kids, and they did it for a little bit too. They didn't do it for that long. But anyway, like there was a music montage in the beginning I don't want to give too much away. Like, if you have, okay, start today. Have you seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet? Tell me yes or no, because I know other people. I don't want to blow for people who are watching, and I can't say too much bad because Aiden and Hunter could watch this, and I don't want to say too many things. Lego my ego, yeah. You have not seen it. Do you plan to see it? I'll wait for your comment. Do you plan to see it? Absolutely. Okay. I won't. So I won't try to. I won't blow too much. Okay. Um. Like I said, the music, the montage in the beginning is funny. If you're a '90s kid, like I grew up in the '80s into the '90s, I love the montage. And if you love the Deadpool movies, you'll love the montage. You're a gentleman child. Of course I am. I don't want it. I don't want to. If it was, let's be honest. If I was doing this review 3 weeks from now, and you hadn't seen it, that's on you. I think everybody would agree with that. You'd agree with that. And I think everybody who watches this down the road would agree with that. If you haven't watched a movie in 2 to 3 weeks, that's on you that you haven't seen it. Especially when most of the stuff will have gone online in 2 to 3 weeks. Hugs. Funny. So, like I said, so go from that and this Wolverine, and you've seen the Wolverine trailer with him in the yellow suit. The reason he's in the yellow suit is a very interesting go-to for that. Um, Obviously, you've seen the cast. Most of the cast is back. It's really small parts. It's not a big part for a lot of these people who are in it. Hell, the comedian the bar owner, I don't think he's in it. At least I didn't see him. I could be wrong. I don't remember seeing him. What I did see, and this isn't really a giveaway, but there were a ton. Like, I have 5 fingers. I have 10 fingers. I think there were more than 10 cameos in this movie. It was insane. Like, Nate even asked me today when we were eating dinner, what would I rate this movie as a whole, 1 through 10? As a whole, I think it's a 10. I think the script is interesting, the how they worked certain things. If you watch Loki, it's an interesting twist on the TVA. Okay. Another comment. I have 5 toes and foot. Like I said, there's a lot of cameos, and I want to say them all. I really do. I will say this. I'll give one. I'll give one cameo. I'm not even gonna say who it is. It's someone from the DC universe who you would not recognize in this Wolverine outfit that he was in. And there's a lot of Wolverine outfits, and it wasn't always Hugh Jackman. But I didn't know who this was until Nate tells me at the end of the movie. He's like, "Yeah, that was so and so." It blew my mind that he was in this. Like 10-second cameo, because they went back to him like 3 times. So it was like a 10-second cameo. I'm not going to say who it is, but it's a current DC. They've been in DC for the last 10 years, if not more. I forget how long. But there's other cameos that are related to past movies. Okay? And I'll say this too, and it's pretty funny how much that they rip into 20th Century Fox in this movie. Like, you might have to go on Google to find out every little thing that 20th Century Fox did to these movies for him to act this way in this movie. And I mean, when I say act, I mean Ryan Reynolds, Lou Ferrigno, and Adam West. Well, Adam West is dead, dude. And Lou Ferrigno, I can't say yes or no. Actually, you in the trailer you do see a Red Hulk. A Red Hulk does appear, but we don't see who the Red Hulk is. I'll give that because it's never visual. But the only thing that he does do is Black Widows, to calm down. He tries to calm down the Hulk. Doesn't work. And something else that was in the trailer that it blew my mind, and I didn't understand why he was saying it at first. And today, if you've seen the trailer, Aiden, if you've seen the trailer, he says something about Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd has never looked any better. So where he's at, and I didn't make the connection until now, that's Ant-Man that he's walking into. Anyway, comment. My favorite. I think you've asked me this at least once or twice. I'm pretty sure you did. Honestly, I think it's Superman. I think Superman, at least DC. And then favorite superhero, I'd almost go. It's kind of a tie between Captain America and Black Widow. Like, I love Black Widow and what she's about. Like, her whole, not just that she's Scarlett Johansson. I think the character of Black Widow is really cool. I think Captain America's story is amazing. Superman is like that too, to an extent. And I know they're obviously different in different worlds, but, so now getting back to Deadpool. So, not really talking about the end. The TVA has a lot to do with how this ends. Okay? And if you've watched Loki, I found it interesting that someone who's key in Loki, not Owen Wilson, is in this, and she comes in very late. So that's very interesting at first. But we know that this person's in charge at the TVA, and it got me thinking that the TVA is a lot bigger than they even projected that they are. And if you see it, you'll understand hopefully what I'm talking about. And then there's the end, and it's an interesting end. Like I said, I'm the villain. You may have seen the villain. I'm not going to tell you who the villain is. The main villain. It's an interesting character. It really is. Even if you IMDb it, you may not know. But it was definitely an interesting character. But like I said, 10 out of 10. And I think the key to this movie, 2 keys. Number 1, when it comes to the other 2, the Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2, number 1, you don't need to see those movies to see this movie. That's number 1. That's how separate this movie is compared to the other 2. And remember how the other 2 were a little more risque? That's the best word I could use. That's 13 and under. Risque. Well, this movie's not risque. There's nothing like that in this movie. There's a lot of cursing. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of dismemberment. And when I say a lot, I haven't thought of a better word for a lot. I mean, there's a lot. So it's not for the light at heart. It's not for kids. 13 and under. I might even go 16 and under. Some kids can handle 16 and over. I wouldn't recommend it. Any Christian groups, don't go see it. But anybody else, I think if you can handle the first 2 Deadpools, you'll handle this one, and you'll probably think it's the best because of how it's written and what it's about. And I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I think it's 100 on. It should be 100 on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever else it is. And that's my commentary on Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay. Charles Barkley comments. I wanted to talk about this the state, not the. Hold on a second. Good Lord. I know how to type. State of the NBA. Save. And we go to it. There we go. So Charles Barkley's comments on the state of the NBA. So this was talked about, I think, last week, but I saved the picture on YouTube when they talked about it on the Rich Eisen show. And Barkley, who was a TNT Inside the NBA analyst, which, long story short, they don't have a home because their TNT's not taking it back. Clearly, the NBA has wanted to break up with us from the beginning. I'm not sure TNT ever had a chance. TNT matched the money, but the league knows Amazon and these tech companies are the only ones willing to pay for the rights when they double in the future. The NBA didn't want to beep them off. It's sad when owners and commissioners choose money over the fans. It just sucks. I just want to thank everyone who's been at Turner for the last 24 years. They are the best people and most talented, and they deserve better. I also want to thank the NBA and its fans, the best fans in sports. We're going to give you everything we have next season. So remember, TNT, they're going to be on TNT next year, and it's going to switch to Amazon the year after. I'm positive they're staying as a team. I'm positive. Oh, the Mets won 2-0. Good job, Mets. Anyway, from everything I've read and heard and hope is that ESPN's going to pick them up. I think Charles Barkley, Shaq, Kevin Johnson, I think it's Kevin Johnson, and Ernie would be perfect on ESPN. Bring those guys, add Stephen A. Smith, add, who's the guy from Pardon the Interruption? And those would be the guys. I think those would be the guys for inside the NBA. That would be perfect. And then you have Wendy and everybody else work from different places. Let's go, Mets. Yeah. You and Beth both. Except she can't watch it because she doesn't have SNY. Or we don't have SNY. That's a whole other story. But yeah, so my take, I think Charles Barkley's going to be somewhere. It's just a matter of time. The fans are going to want to watch him. I don't think that's an issue. So, okay. I don't have anything to say on. Well, I do have something to say on this, but the Golden Bachelorette. Her name is Joan. That is the new Golden Bachelorette. ABC put that out today. Family always comes first, so it's time to meet Joan's family on Instagram. If you go on Instagram, you can find it. It shows her whole family. What should I do? Who should I meet? Oh, I'm going to kiss so many people. I swear that's what she said. I swear. And I remember Joan a little bit. I'm a little surprised they went to Joan and over other people, but she might have been the one that was available. So it premieres on September 18th on ABC and streams on Hulu the next day. I'm obviously going to watch this if I watch The Golden Bachelor. I'm hoping it's similar where it's less drama. I am honestly curious about 50 to 60-year-old men pawning over one woman. That's intriguing more than the women pawning over one man. Like, I can't fashion myself doing something like that unless I was like the other guy, the Golden Bachelor, who was widowed. Like, if I'm divorced, do I want to put myself through that with a bunch of other guys? No. If I'm widowed, maybe I do. If I'm widowed, maybe there's just, something there that would be better. Let's say, comment. Didn't I say that? I thought I did. I did. You may not have heard that. I thought I said that. Yeah, I said that in the beginning. You might have missed that. Uh, why am I don't see it now? Yeah, I might have got rid of it. So that's okay. All right. Not going to talk about this until it comes to it's actually about around the same time. Let's say 18th. Yeah, this is the 15th. Okay. So around that time I'll keep talking about that. Okay. So this is interesting. I got an email on this. So if you're big into college hoops, which I kind of am, November 8th, 2024, pre-sale code is right there, Capital City. Deborah Hart and Lung Jersey Jam doubleheader. Princeton University versus Duquesne and Temple University versus Monmouth at the Cure Insurance Arena. I want to go to this, especially for Monmouth University. I would love to see Monmouth University play. It's been a long time since I've seen them. I'd love to see it. Princeton, obviously, big time school, and all four of them, Duquesne and Temple. So, and the Cure Insurance Arena, it's in the heart of Trenton, but it's a nice arena. I've been there before for wrestling events. So, I mean, I'm not gonna go buy it now, but I just bought tickets to go see the Patriots. Yes, Aiden, we're going to the Patriots. Anyway, I got the tickets today. So we're gonna go see the Patriots, and we're sitting near the right field area. So we're gonna have decent seats. They're gonna be in the 100 section actually. So I think you'll like that. It will be down a little bit. Maybe we'll get some foul balls. Maybe. Although, Aiden, I'm gonna say this. I'm on the wrong thing here for this, but that's fine. Aiden, you get a foul ball, give it to your brother because you have two. Anyway. So I don't think. Yeah, I don't have any visuals for this. I should. Hold on. Let me. Oh, here we go. I do have a visual. I will show you. Let's add it to the stage. So, Princeton, Duquesne, Temple, Monmouth, and obviously Temple Monmouth is the one I want to see. You can buy your tickets. It's pre-sale 7:30. Is a 7:30:24. So that's today through 7:31:24, which is tomorrow from 11 to 11. Maximum 8 tickets at checkout on sale at 12 p.m. tomorrow. So that's the gist on that. Like I said, they have upcoming events too. It's a nice arena, I gotta say. So I'm saving this maybe for down the road a little bit. We'll see. All right, let me remove that. Next, so if you're local, it starts today. If you're local here, although Beth is telling me not the nicest of places, but we'll see. And I don't want to say that it's not nice. I've never been there, so I'm just going on by word of mouth. But I want to try this. It looks like it's a good place. I've seen some of the pictures. Grand opening was today. Anchor's Tiki Bar opened at 5 p.m. today. They're at 616 Cliff Road in Seawarren, which is part of Woodbridge. So if you go there, tell them Chazz says anything sent you, and what we got. I used to belong to an association in Princeton. Walked the unassigned. That's cool. Very cool. So yeah, go to the game. Go to Trenton. That's November 8th, like I said. Yeah, Anchor's Tiki Bar opened at 5 p.m. So yeah, hopefully Anchor's actually watches me. I'm hoping. Like, I'd love to come. Maybe give me something, complimentary for talking about you. Like, I want to see what you're about. I want to see what that whole area is about. Like, I'm here in Carteret, so we're down the street to an extent. So that would be kind of cool. Now we talk about baseball or softball. Hour and a half in, I'll finish up quick. What did I do in Roselle on Saturday, and which was a must watch? Another comment. I used to feed the ducks. That's nice. You used to feed the ducks. So Aiden, if you're still on, Aiden was my catcher on my team. Hunter was my shortstop, then second baseman. I played third. And we had another kid who played shortstop and second. Hunter and him intertwined. I did okay. Fielding defensively was not okay. Now, I didn't get any errors, but if you look at a video that was shot where a ball was coming to me and I couldn't bend, and the ball went under my glove. So I never really touched it. So technically, that's not an error. But but I did get two assists and throwing out runners at second base. So I didn't do bad. For 47 and not having the body of a 20-year-old like I wanted to have, I did okay. I didn't feel okay after, but I did go 1 for 2. There is video. Hold on. I'll go to Facebook. Let's see if let me add it to the stage. I'll go to my page. Let's see if the video plays. Oh, look at that. That's what I posted. I did a lot of postings today in the past couple of days. Let's see. Let's go to, that's Jeopardy. That's that. That's that. Here we go. I think it's this one. I don't know if I can get the volume up. No, it's all the way up. That's me getting ready to swing. You watching, guys? Watch when I hit the ball. Right there, almost fell. And I got thrown out at first. So that was my first at bat. I have the body of a stallion and a lumpy pair. You and me both. I'll play it again one more time. Can I play it one more time? I don't know why it's not letting me play. Did I freeze? I did not freeze. I pounded the... Yeah, but it only went to third base. That's the problem. Why is this frozen? That's not good. All right, well, that froze. So let me remove that. All right, yeah, I did pound it, but like I said, I didn't go the right way. Now, the second at bat, I hit it to right field. Nice slapper, to right field. So that, of course, no video of that. I can't help that. So that was my day. Hopefully, I'll do it again sometime. I truly hope to do it again sometime. Another comment. I used to play I played Cap League. I didn't even get to Little League. That's not true. I got to Little League. I only played 1 year, but that's for my therapist. That's not for you guys. Anyway, so that was me playing for the first time in 14 years. And from the back, I got to say I didn't look bad. It was from the front going forward that was not good. All right. Now, I saw this email from the Giants. Nominate your Giants fan of the year. Nominate me. I'm begging everybody who watches this. I hope they see this. Nominate this Giants fan right here. I got the shirt. I got the hat. I got that hat. And I got the ball. I mean, I may not go to every football game. I'm not a season ticket holder. That's not me. But I'm passionate about my team. I wear my heart on my sleeve with this team. and I think I'm one of the best Giants fans. I talk about the Giants all the time. I talk to friends, family, whatever. I give them more credit than they probably deserve. I said James LeBruno will completely back me up on this. I said that they were, and Tim Kelly too. I said the Giants would go 14-3 last year. I blew that big time, big time. Comments, and you have NYC behind you. Well, of course I do. I've had this for how long? How many shows? 42, 3, something like that. This is 48, so I only had it. I didn't have it like for 5 months or five episodes. Hell, I got a Giants glass. I mean, how much more Giants do I have to be? So anyway, I would love it if people I know would nominate me as Giants fan of the year. That would be awesome. I'd love it. I mean, the things I could talk about, the things I could say, the people I could talk to, and promote this show at the same time. Okay, this screen is ticking me off. Sorry, I got the other screen. I'm gonna stop with the screen. There we go. Anyway, almost last. You know what? Let me do this first, real quick. Happy birthday to people. Letty Murphy, who probably won't watch this, it's her birthday today. My cousin Michael K. Wass on the 2nd on today's the 30th. It's Friday. Michael K. Wass and Joe, my classmate from a long time ago, from St. Jerome's Grammar School, Joanne Lunger, and maiden name Smith, and longtime friend of mine from back when actually Letty's husband was business partners with Charles Zammit. The company I worked at Millennium Group, way back when. Charles Zammit, it's his birthday on the 4th. So happy birthday, you guys. The comments. You keep saying I have a birthday this year. Of course you do. You're not telling me your birthday, bro. You got to tell me the birthday. You're killing me, man. How's the weather? I hear it's going to storm. That's what I hear. Just want to try to get off beforehand. So one last thing before I do get off. This is now open. I sent the emails out on July 29th. I have a little poster here. Let's see if we can get focus. There we go. I have a poster here. Okay. That basically you can hang in your office or hang in a firehouse or wherever else, that gives you my information to contact me to get into this pool. Okay. What I do have too, which is in the attachment, it's actually a 5-page outline of everything from what a confidence pool is, website information for the new players, how to select your confidence pool or your picks, scoring, deadlines, and deadlines is an absolute key to know. Weekly and yearly payouts, okay? You're going to want to know this if you win, especially the yearly payouts. A little statement that there is no establishment that I will pick money up from, which goes back to when I used to work at Rufino's, which is now Olivia's in Eatontown, and I would pick up sheets there when I did it by hand. I was a football teacher. Let's put it that way. Rebecca, now Rogers, would agree, understand that comment. She was my wife at the time. Please make sure you put your name or nickname on picks. Yes, I mean that goes back to writing it too. But if I don't know who you are, and you don't leave an email, and I don't have your email, that's a problem. I need contact information. So if you're in this, I need contact information. I leave my contact information in here, my address, my phone number. And to watch Chazz Says Anything. That's all in here. It's a 5-page printout. If you can't print it if I don't see you or I don't work with you, then you're going to have to print it or save it to your computer. 2 comments. We need weather today. We need your weather. She's busy, I'm guessing. Like, she sees that I'm when I'm doing this, so it's up to her. I'm not gonna force her hand. Like, she lives down south. She hasn't really done too much weather that I've seen over the last week. She's done more. Her daughter's trying to do something new with a job and this and that. So here we another. Is there a way for her to come on your showing and get a screen behind her? I think she would be a great. Dude, you're speaking to the choir. I just don't think she'd be interested. I don't know. I really, it really depends on what her her stick would be. Like I said, this is open now. There is a poll. I can't get out of this. I can't show the poll. Exit full screen. There we go. That was weird. Okay. X. Let me get out of Facebook. That's ticking me off. But we'll go to pool host. I'll present that. Let's see. Share screen. One more time. Here we go. Share. Hello. Perfect. This is poolhost.com. These are the pools I'm in or have been in over the last year. This right here is where to log in. At the moment, there's 36 participants at the moment. That went down 1 because Jim LeBruno's out. Wonderful. The Yankees are Phillies are tied. Wonderful. Anyway, still only have 2 votes. The poll is raise the pool to $10 per week with a side pot of 20, which equals $200 for the season, or keep the pool at $5 per week, side pot of 10, which equals $100. That's the poll. So once you log in, you can answer that poll. That poll will be up until August 11th at 11:59 p.m. Another comment. How many pools have you been in at one time? Technically 2. 1 fantasy, 1 the confidence pool. And I might do fantasy again. That will be determined over the next week or 2. I might run my own because I was in one for the last 2 years. And long story short, I'm getting out of it. So it's more personal than it is anything else. And I'm not going to get too much into that, especially online or on social media. But yeah, I might actually do a fantasy football, which I'm looking probably at a $100 buy-in. So for 10 people at $100, it's $1,000. I can break it down easy. That's an easy breakdown. So for first and second place. All right, so I did that already. So again, one more time, this is up. Right, make sure you email me if you want in. I want to get 50 people. 36 is good. 50 is better. 100 is even better. The money can be greater with the amount of people. So, like I said, we got 36 days. 36 days, 22 hours, 31 minutes and change as of right now. Okay? All right. Comment. 1,000. I can go up to, technically, I think it's 2,500. I just don't know 2,500 people that would do it. So, again, if you know anyone who wants to join the conversation, I will try to talk to our weather girl. I'll see what she wants to do. I can't promise anything. One time I want a stuffed animal. You want to win money, not a stuffed animal, dude. All right. Join the conversation. You don't have to stay for the whole time. You really don't. Dude, you're keeping me on way too long here. Big money, Chaz. Yeah, no, I've never won. I've only got tips. Anyway, so you want to come on? I see a second one. That's got to be my wife. You want to come on onto the conversation? Contact me. Next show, episode 49. We're close. August 6th, 2024. And I'm going to promise you, episode 50 is going to be interesting. Just saying. Watch out for episode 50. But 49, we talk more Olympics. We talk baseball and football. Starts with their training, their games. I was going to say spring training, but it's actually August training. All right, people. Have a good one. I have another comment. I appreciate you, Chaz. Yes. I appreciate you too. Just give me your name, damn it. And it's not start today. Anyway, I'll see you all next week. Remember, Giant fan, number one Giant fan. All right, August 6th, episode 49, 8 p.m. We'll see you all then. Have a good night, guys.